So I just finished watching Caddicarus' video on Spyro. Well, I actually didn't. I just skipped to the Skylanders portion. But yeah, I'm not surprised. Caddicarus, you do not understand Skylanders. Aside from a few actual tidbits, the guy pretty much just complained about the most minor things about Skylanders. So I'm gonna see what points he has, and I'll comment my main thoughts on it. So let's begin with the video.
Another Spyro reboot for a younger crowd, and the best way to go about that is by turning the adorable little boy into a vampire French bulldog.
Okay, is it really that bad? I mean, I've kind of seen the problem, but honestly, I've never seen what the hate for it really is. But of course, yet another Spyro face complaint. Yeah, real original. It's like the billionth Spyro fan complaint.
If we were fighting together in a war against the same enemy, I would shoot you first. If you don't know what—
Alright. Well, maybe you have some good points to make, hopefully.
What am I supposed to do with all of these? Well, I guess we can at least
Play the game. Or, you know, they're good figures.
Spyro, Sparks, Cinder, Fire, Spyro, Thomas the Tank Engine, Fish, Steve Irwin, Spyro, Boat, and Shoe.
Why the fuck did you just call Terrapin a fish? Also, these characters, respectively, are Igniter, Whirlwind, Drill Sergeant, we already talked about Terrapin, Dino Ring, Zap, Sonic Boom. Wait, why do you call Sonic Boom Spyro? She's not even a dragon. All of those things are magic items, not characters, so they make sense as objects, though.
Truth be told, I actually think all of these little guys are pretty cool, but I'm not here to be nice. Let's play the game.
That's interesting. You actually seem to like the figures. Huh. And this is where the problem begins. Honestly, I'd be kind of interested to see what the video would be like if you tried to be nice, actually.
See what's wait a second. I think my controller's broken. I can flame and I can charge, but I can't jump. And you know what? Actually, no. Maybe it's just because this is the tutorial. This is a kid's game after all. The jumping might come later.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring up a picture from the Boombringer server. But yeah, SSA is a dungeon crawler, so you're not really supposed to jump in the game. But even then, the later games do allow you to jump, but you never talk about them. I mean, I do get it's a Spyro video, but even then, the games are still pretty enjoyable without jumping. I do understand you do like the style and action of Spyro games, so yeah, honestly, it doesn't surprise me you would not like Skylanders exactly. But you do have to realize this is a different type of game.
Cover instead. I mean, shitting hell, you don't even charge for longer than a couple of seconds before getting tired. What's this? An achievement?
Well, that's because you usually need to upgrade your Skylanders. Yeah, they're kind of crap in their basic form, I'll admit that, but they get way better later on. And I mean, the games are very generous with rewards, so you'll be able to generally upgrade in minutes. Heck, if you go to Lair of Chaos 3 times, you can fully upgrade a Skylander in like half an hour.
Go in a lot of his games. Even if you wear a speedy propeller cap, it doesn't seem to make Spyro or any of his new bastard friends.
Hey, I like his bastard friends. Have you played with Stealth Elf or Flameslinger? Zap? I mean, you clearly have them. Heck, Spyro and Drill Sergeant get pretty fast if you choose the right upgrades. Honestly, I'm really starting to think you didn't play much of this game at all.
Pop up and tell you that, oops, you're weak all of a sudden. Time for you to swap out to Wet Spyro, otherwise you'll take much longer than necessary to kill enemies that aren't weak to the class the game tells you to swap to for absolutely no reason. It's not really a video game and more like a—
I mean, you don't have to. It's really just if you want to. Yep, seems like you did not upgrade your Skylanders, but even without the power boost, most can take out enemies in seconds.
Scenes are really long, and I don't know why you can't skip them, because as we all know, Fortnite children love watching long videos in the middle of playing their game.
Well, you actually could skip them, but that wasn't the Wii version. You're playing the Xbox version, which didn't exactly have that. I mean, you could speed it up, but not really. So, I understand that, but honestly, they're not that long. Maybe just sit back and enjoy the story. Also, Skylanders existed way before Fortnite and actually kind of died before it even really became popular, so I don't really see how that comparison makes much of any sense.
Hey, Peter, remember the time we saw Spyro the Dragon? And I was a freak!
I know what you're
Okay, that was actually pretty funny, I'll give you that.
all you do in the main game, is it? Yeah, it is. You run around, spam attacks, and don't jump anywhere. What do you do in the optional challenges? Run around, spam attacks, and don't jump anywhere. Oh, wow, look at this incredible new land to explore. What am I going to get to do in it? Run around, spam attacks, and don't jump anywhere. And I'm sorry, I am still in shock over the fact that Spyro can't jump.
Hey look, Spyro jumping! But I will agree that it was pretty underwhelming that there's so much of the world the game presents that we actually never really get access to.
Towards it. Here's a tower I've got to smash. Don't you like smashing? Smashing is fun, right? Well, here's how you smash in Skylanders.
Up to the gills!
Oh, you do get a lot of gold for that, which, you know, you can upgrade your Skylanders. Also, that's just one part you strawman. The other sections are a lot more fast-paced.
Section. In A Hero's Tale, the turret sections were frantic, extremely fast, challenging, and honestly, I kind of enjoyed them. But here, you...
I mean, the Archean Armory level was pretty fun. But honestly, I feel like you are just strawmanning. Of course, you would pick the Leviathan Lagoon level and ignore the other turret levels in the game. And the one you showed from Spyro Heroes looks fairly simple. This is what I mean by, like, the lack of understanding on Caddicarus' part.
Please understand, I am not looking for much. Like Gandhi at a Christmas buffet. I don't need
Honestly,
to...
it kind of seems like you kind of are.
But I physically am unable to understand the appeal of a game like this, aside from the figures to collect, which you can do anyway without playing...
This is probably the clip I have the most issue with. It's pretty clear Caddicarus does not like the style that Skylanders has, but other people do. So, why do I like this franchise so much? Well, it's simple. The characters provide a lot of different opportunities of gameplay. It has a solid story, and maybe if you stop being so cynical about the series or try to see why others like it, you may start to see the value of Skylanders. I'm not saying you have to like the series, but I just don't see why you're so harsh. Well, aside from the whole Spyro fan thing, but... honestly, I kind of feel like I'd rather you just skip this Skylanders entry entirely, because you don't really seem to have anything good to say about it.
Also great to play the game and then get constantly advertised to about the other figures I can get. Hey, thanks for buying our game, kids, but your parents didn't get you enough. Silence!
You know, you can just not watch right. Like, the no button is right there. Even then, soul gems are pretty fun to watch and give a good preview of what a character is capable of.
What is this? It isn't really anything, and it definitely isn't Spyro. It's transparently obvious that the subtitle, Spyro's Adventure, was slapped on to sell a brand new IP nobody would care about if he wasn't on it. Parade his corpse over the front of the box to pretend it's his game. But hey, don't go too far. We won't have him talk at any point in the game, or make a story about him, or have any of the characters address him by his name.
Whoa! Spyro! You've returned!
Address him by his name, you know, the name that's on the front of the box. Nobody will notice. Well, you know what, Activision? I noticed. People like to not count this as a Spyro game, but if you're gonna spit his name on the box and claim it's his adventure, then I'm gonna treat it like one. And to be quite blunt, I've booked too many cameos for this.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you this one. It's sort of weird Spyro is in the name, but plays pretty much no role. I mean, you are right, it was kind of used for, like, selling purposes. I don't get what your point is by what is this game without the figures. The figures are part of the game, and this is some kind of point. You really seem to have some kind of stance that I really just don't understand. Well, honestly, I didn't care about Spyro and playing Skylanders. I was like 5 years old. Nor do I think most of the 30 million people who bought it really cared at the time. Well, maybe like 1 or 2 million, but we just wanted a new game to play, and honestly, a lot of the cast seems a lot cooler than Spyro.
Upgrade now and unlock new abilities? I can give Spyro flight. Yes, thank you, Christ. Now we can
Yeah, I suspected you didn't upgrade any of them. Yeah, I think it's obvious Caddicarus came with the point to slander Skylanders. And well, he is a Spyro fan. I'm starting to really not like these guys. I don't really know what else to say, but I think maybe if Caddicarus gave the games an actual chance, he might have liked them. Maybe at some point he may do a whole video about Skylanders, because I mean, the jump mechanic was fixed in the later games, but I doubt that'll happen considering he... No, I'm not gonna talk about the Skylanders sausage segment he did. That really hurt my soul, honestly. But yeah, most of his points just seemed very judgmental, and aside from Spyro being mostly non-existent in the story, a lot of his points just seem there because of his vendetta for Skylanders, I guess. He really doesn't seem to have much of a legit point, and what can I say? Oh well, that's all from me, and I hope you guys have a great day. But Jesus Christ, did he really have to fucking cook the Skylanders? You know, the fact that he got poisoned from the fumes is just karma. Oh well.